Alrighty, y'all. We are live as the 28, 18, and 14 Golden Knights head into Buffalo against the 35, 19, and 6 Sabres. Coming off a pretty badass whooping, losing 5-0 to the Pens for the Golden Knights. Let's see how Buffalo has been playing. 6-2 over the Lightning in Tampa, 3-2 over the Panthers in Florida in the Sunrise. Back-to-back games whooping the Florida teams. Boys, we are in trouble. Now, the Penguins whooped them 5-2, but that does not mean much for us. Oop. Get this re-going here as I just screwed that little move up. But what's up, Crust? Hey, right on. Vegas better tonight with Mitch getting a goal and an assist. I would not hold your breath there, Corrupted. As of earlier today, Marner is out with an illness. So we are not getting a 100% team. I'm going to double check that right now. Let's see. Cassidy shared Bowman will start in Stone's place on the top line. Lavoie will play tonight as Holtz is dealing with an upper body injury. Okay. No, I don't think. Hang on. I may have gotten the name wrong. I thought I saw Marner was out. And an illness going around that could lead at least one other player. So Stoney is out due to illness. I could have sworn I saw Marner was out, but we will see. Unfortunately, though, there is an illness going around that is leaving us a little bit shorthanded. So it's gonna be a rough day. But you got Tage Thompson getting the shout out. First time home for Buffalo since the break, so he gets his due celebration. And he mentioned he would have Stoney and Hannafin coming out. So right on, giving the shout out to Tage Thompson. Like I said, well deserved. Congratulations over and over and over again to Team USA. I was there for every second of the game. I just wish I could have seen the most important part, but it is what it is, man. Unfortunately, the greatest moment in recent USA Olympic history skipped right as it happened. Say to start on time. Yeah, hey, dude, I've been saying that since before we won the cup, man. Oh, I'm shaking the camera, my bad. I've been saying that since before we won the cup. Our biggest problem has always been not playing 60 minutes of hockey. So, but you're 100% right. I mean, that's something that Cassidy said recently was, I don't even need 60 minutes out of our top guys. Give me 40. It's like, just give me more than 20 minutes and I'll be happy. And they did not do that against Pittsburgh. So, like I said, not expecting a lot from this game. Buffalo, this is the first game back home for Buffalo since the Olympics. So obviously they're doing the celebrations. But again, they went into Florida, beat the Panthers, whooped up on the Lightning. And now they're coming back to face a Vegas team that's on a losing streak and just got shut out against Pittsburgh. Yeah, they're on a tear. They've been on a tear since the return. I haven't looked at much before that, but at least since the return. Curious to see what the lineup's going to end up looking like for Vegas. Still working our way through the celebration, and then we'll get the anthem and then the start of the game. Little bit of a delayed start, but obviously for good reason. Tuck in there. I've been trying to study up on the names for Buffalo, so hopefully I can be a little smoother, but for some reason, where is it? Kesselring. For some reason, Kesselring has been ruining my day because I just cannot remember his name. Yeah, we need Vegas to start figuring some stuff out and then really start getting hot about game 70. But if we can make it through neutral, interesting. We are in Buffalo, right? Am I missing something? Like, I got nothing against the Singing of O Canada, but it's Buffalo and Vegas. So I'm just curious. Dude, I hate that we get every anthem except for VGK. Unless it's a holiday or some major thing. I mean, we've heard Cardell Johnson sing like 3 times. Let's see if we get a Knights chant. We're so good. The story. Here we go. That was a healthy chant for Buffalo. Yes, 3C was back because Mitch is better as a right wing and as a D man when you need a goal. I don't know. As an assist man, as reading a play and making the passes when you need them, I like Marner. Defensively, my standard is Stone, so not a whole lot of people meet that standard. My biggest problem with Marner is the hesitation to shoot. Wish he'd be a little bit more physical on the boards. But I say the same thing about Eichel, just getting in there with a stick instead of really attacking the boards, attacking the guy, body on body, right at the puck. But yeah, I do agree. I prefer him on a wing rather than center. I can agree with you on that. Leafs throwing him for scoring. I mean, for all the Leafs fans that I've talked to, they all were mad that he just wouldn't shoot. He was always looking for the pass over the shot. And it's something that he just took with him here. But I didn't really I watched a little bit of the Leafs, but not a whole lot last year. So Bowman trying to get a quick turn and shoot. Stopped immediately out front. Lazan lets his man by, and Tuck takes the puck in. Good recovery. Or good help by Theodore, but Lazan completely misplayed Tuck. And Tuck with a dangerous opportunity. St. Louis all the way up to, or St. Louis, Buffalo up to Thompson, taken away by Dorofeyev. Pass up to the red line. Marner dumps it. So Marner is in. We are good with Marner. Stoney is out, though. He's citing illness, not injury, which is not good, but better than injury. Puck back into the Buffalo zone. Byram turns it over to Dorofeyev, who loses it right at neutral. Almost a great opportunity. Power sets it up into neutral, and they are offsides. 9 is, I got to try and go back to my, I think it was more management making him feed Matthews. Yeah, I agree, not physical, but he's good at stripping pucks. Yeah. Like I said, it's the hard part, and it's absolutely on me. But like I said, for defensively, what I want to afford defensively is Mark Stone. And if you're not Mark Stone, I don't. You piss me off, and I'm only partially joking, to be honest, because there's so many times where it's like, man, if he was in. But no, it's Marner is good at getting his back check is good. When there's heavy pressure, I don't like him. I don't like him in the offense or in the defensive zone under pressure, because it's not even that he just reacts too quick. He doesn't understand how much time he has, and he kind of panic shifts a little bit. And so a lot of his passes are soft or just the wrong direction, or, like when if he feels like, whether somebody's skating at him or not, if he feels like there's somebody close, he's going to panic, and it's like a 50-50 chance he makes the right decision. Stone needs a breakout. Stone is my dad and I have talked about Stone being the best defensive forward in the NHL for 5 years. In my opinion, the most underrated player. And then he goes to the Olympics, and everybody's like, oh, hey, look how good Mark Stone is. It's like, yeah, no shit. Buffalo trying to work up the low boards. They get it all the way down, but Theodore is there first under heavy pressure. I can't remember. That was Benson chasing him down. He just had a big hit on the high wall. Eichel looks like he's trying to get his helmet back on. Theodore back in the low corner takes a huge bump. That was Malenstein? Go with that. It's like I said, I'm very biased, obviously, but Stone was my first jersey that I got, waited until he was on the team. Shot goes wide off of the stick of Tage Thompson. Hey, I appreciate that, Corrupted. I was going to be here for Anaheim and LA last night, but unfortunately, the last couple of days have been rough. Ended up blowing a tire on my bike 5 miles away from the house. Luckily, was able to get some help with that, but I've been tearing the bike down, getting ready for all the parts to arrive. And now I'm trying to reassemble the bike, and it's just being a real pain in the ass. So I'm like, okay, I got to take a break and come over here. Korzak racing to the puck, sets it back to McNabb in Vegas territory. Back to Korzak on the high wall across neutral. And Lavoie is offsides as he takes a beautiful pass. Just a step ahead. 3.5 gone in the first. Let's see, where are we at shots wise? Can't have too many. I know that for sure. 2 shots for Buffalo. None in favor of Vegas at the moment. Zucker, Krebs, Quinn Millicent, Kozak, McLeod, Thompson, Austin Tuck, Doan. And the defense is the same, so. Ooh, Korzak playing the body into the corner. I like that. Meanwhile, up high. Who's that? Norris took a little bump. there's Sissons taking a bump from Norris, and then a shot by Buffalo on target, swallowed up by Schmid. That was Oslin putting one on net, just on top of the high circle. But contact, shot. Oh, that was before the original hits at the beginning. Oslin made a good pass as he took a hit in the back. Player was Darcy Tucker as youngster right on. When I can't remember much about hockey when I was real young, because like I loved it and then I didn't watch it for a long time. And then my dad and I were we were either helping my sister move. I think we were helping my sister move into college. And me and him had some time because it was a 2-day drive, 2-day drive. So we had some time and we just went to like a Godfather's Pizza and one of the playoff games was on. And okay, so that actually might have been taking her car up to her. I think we were taking her car up to her because it obviously the playoffs would have been going on. And at that time, that's when Boston should have taken a second to call the play because Buffalo just embarrassed us. But we just went to Godfather's Pizza to hang out. And they had Chicago. Maybe it was Chicago, Boston. But Boston was on. It was when Tim Thomas was on net. Dude, the puck hits Eichel skates. The guy's trying to go. Like, Buffalo wins the faceoff to the blue line. High wall. Straight to the middle. And as the guy's trying to make the pass from the top of the low circle to the high baseline across the top, it hits Eichel's skates and deflects straight to fucking Zucker. Great job for great puck luck for Buffalo, but Vegas can't buy a break of hits and fighting back when players put the body on the line. Yeah. That's my kind of hockey. That's like Revo was always great when he was with us. Now he's terrifying to go against. Colasar below the Buffalo goal. Reset it. Hurdle trying to work up through the high corner under the pressure. Thompson, quick pass back. Colasar can't finish past line. Round to the middle. Hurdle leaves it back for Hannafin. He tries to go across to Anderson. Can't connect. Hurdle on the low boards out to Colasar. Shot goes wide. Tuck misses it on the high boards. Colasar collects it at the high point. Waits a little too long, so now he's buried into the boards, but gets it away. Sod takes the shot. It's loose up front. Hurdle couldn't get around. And Buffalo finally clears to neutral. Like, when I started watching again, Boston had like Chara Marchand was a rookie, I believe. It's one of his early years. Tim Thomas was goalie with Tuukka Rask backing him up. Holy shit, Smid just whiffed on a puck that he got lucky went wide. Buffalo getting buried behind the goal. Korzak getting stuffed. A quick shot from the top dot takes down that Marner, but he gets it out to neutral. Riley Smith now under pressure as Dorofeyev went sneaking up behind him. Marner gets there. Sets up Anderson at the net. Stop. Puck to the low boards. McNabb loses the foot race. Marner tries to keep it in on the low point. It ends up back into neutral. McNabb across the ice to Korzak. Back to the low boards. McNabb up the wall. Dumped in by Marner as Reinhart chases it down. Oslin puts a body on him. Samuelson now battling through the wall in the low corner. Reinhart goes to help out and goes down. Sissons with a good hit on Oslin, but Buffalo will go the other way. Oslin out front misses the bouncing puck. He beats Sissons to the net, but couldn't control. And now Kesselring is down on the ice. Apparently his boy Vegas, actually, whoever it was, just hit him in the nose with the clearing puck. With the clearing attempt, sorry. Zach was on the ice 2-3 goal last game. Yeah. Yeah, no, last against Pittsburgh, the Knights looked absolutely horrible. They're at least alive so far, although I don't have a whole lot of compliments for them. Struggling to get shots through people. 4-2 Buffalo. We're 6.5 minutes in and two shots on net. Pretty good amount of offensive zone time, just completely unable to control anything. Or not, definitely not able to get it past sticks, and when we do, we're going wide. So a couple things we need to fix. Buffalo's looking good. They skate big. They'll kick our ass. That's how easy Vegas is play physical and we get scared. And Buffalo's got the size to do it. Schmid got lucky on one. Just got a little lackadaisical and one popped up, went right past him. He didn't even turn his head. But luckily it went wide. Good shot from Buffalo, but a little weak from Schmid on the goal. What are we seeing? Lavoie that had stepped too far. Like, hopefully we don't shoot ourselves in the foot like that too many more times. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Waiting to see where we're at on the ice. Apparently, a close-up of this dude while we're dropping the puck is what we need. Face off on the loadout just outside the Vegas zone. Buffalo gets it in. Working behind the net. Up the high boards. Samuelson now at the low point takes a shot. It hits Reinhart. McNabb trying to go up the high boards. Is that Dahlin? He working it down low. It stays in. Samuelson low point. Works it down the wall. Good pressure by Korzak, but not good enough as the puck goes by. Quinn down low. Oh, Vegas able to get it away. Sissons to Reinhart. Reinhart trying to pass it to himself. Good job by Dahlin to prevent him from going anywhere. Bowman with the good stick to chop that pass down, but Buffalo's going to reset no problem. Samuelson. Back to Dahlin, out through neutral, pass down low, trying to get Tage Thompson, but he was offsides by a mile. Good stick, deflected that puck up in the air and threw off the timing. Shots are 4-3 Buffalo. 7.5 gone in the first. The struggle is real. The struggle is real. Down into the low corner. Tuck kind of takes out Lazan going low, and they will call it. I can't believe they called it. Tuck was going for the puck, but I definitely think he got Lazan's skate. So without Stone, we're still in trouble. Yeah, he just takes out Lazan's skate. That's a horrible angle. Bro, the replay guys for the NHL are terrible, man. Let me show you the tripping from an angle where because of the boards, you can't see their feet. Okay. The funny thing is there are people bitching about how that was a penalty based off of that angle alone. Here we go.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
All right, shots of 4-4. Vegas on the man advantage. 12:21 to go in the first. Hurdle on the dot. Loses to McLeod. All the way down to Schmidt. Marner collects. You got the 6th power play and the 6th penalty kill. 25.6% versus 82.8. Marner doing some cutting up on the low side. Dorofeyev gets the puck around to Bowman, sets it to the high point for Eichel. Back down low to Bowman. Marner, Hurdle. Eichel up in the middle where Marner usually is. Him and Marner will switch places. Eichel to the low wall. He goes to the middle towards Hurdle. Dorofeyev controls the bouncing puck. Bowman could not put it through to the back of the net. Marner at the high point. Eichel at the low point. Back to Marner in the middle. Down low. Bowman trying to stuff it in again. He lost it as he set himself up. And then Hurdle loses the puck to McLeod all the way back. Great opportunity for Vegas. We just cannot buy a goal right now. Marner back to Eichel as he comes through neutral. Goes to the high boards, leaves it at the high point. Vegas gets called for an offsides. Can we please, fellas? Dorofeyev controlled it beautifully, and Bowman. Oh, yeah, see, it had to go in the air, and Bowman just whiffed on it. That was a great job by Dorofeyev to get it over the stick of line. Buffalo wins the faceoff, dumps it all the way back down to Kira Schmid. 45 seconds on the man advantage. 9 minutes gone in the period. Smith. Great little move to get down the low wall. A little crowded, and he will turn over the puck. Benson leaves it. Say Dahlin there with him, but now you got numbers. Anderson in against Theodore. Oh, gives it to Theodore, who's giveaway Shea. Almost loses it at the low point. Luckily kept it in. Back to Theodore down low. He's not there. Where is he? Who knows? I hate Shea Theodore so much. We're back to full strength hockey. At least we had a couple opportunities that time. Shots are 5-4 Buffalo. Oh, I guess not. We actually never put anything on net. All of those opportunities missed, so we don't even get a shot counted. We had a couple of opportunities, but they don't count on the board. Tuck now headed the other way. He's got to make it through McNabb and Korzak with heavy pressure from behind by Saad. He couldn't do it. Turned over. Korzak up to Kolasar, who takes a hit as he dumps it in online. Samuelson now circling behind his own net. Through neutral, it hits a stick. No icing. Anderson back first. Yeah, Doan racing back. Couldn't get there in time as Hannafin gets it to Bowman in neutral and dumped in by Anderson. Bowman chasing it in on the left side. Power is able to get it back behind the net. Comes back to Power through the stick of Barbashev and up the low boards and out. Right back in to Schmid. Gets it around to Hannafin. Kept in at the low point by Buffalo. Down the low wall. Power catches it. Makes the pass across. Wide open goal. And Dahlin hits the stick of Hannafin. Good last second reach to the fleck, but would have been an easy wide open goal. Vegas is just absolutely collapsing in front of Akira Schmid. Not that they were standing too high to begin with, but Schmidt is doing his best job trying to keep it, try to stay above level. Like try and stay where he can take a breath instead of drowning. Absolute collapse in defensive play by the Golden Knights since the return of from the Olympics. Not that it was fantastic before then, but man, they look bad right now. Oh man, commercial break right now. I'm trying to look at, I got some stuff to do with the bike that's being a real pain in the ass, and now trying to, I wonder. Sorry, it's such a pain in the ass going through this, but got new let's see, got a new tube so I could replace the rear tire, which taking the rear tire off was a motherfucker. But I got it off. I had to replace the tube, replace the rotors for the disc brakes. Oh shit, hang on. One nothing. All right. Sorry about that. We're back. I had to go take a look at something. Getting that bike fixed is above and beyond anything else right now, but try and focus on being distracted. I think that works. Vegas into the Buffalo zone. Sissons from the top of the high circle, stop by line. Shots are 7-6 in favor of Buffalo. 6.25 to go in the first period. Get loose, get relaxed. I'm stressed out trying to figure all this stuff out. Face off to the left of the line. Kozak versus Eichel, but Eichel gets kicked off the dot. Barbashev coming in. Face off won by Buffalo. Up the high boards and out. Theodore can't find the puck in his own hands. Barbashev back the other way. Bowman trying to go across to Eichel. He leaves the puck as he goes to shoot. Quick opportunity. Heads back the other way. Down into the low corner. Sent around. Right back out. Eichel with speed. Bowman chasing. Bowman hits the post. He beat Lyon on a great pass from Eichel. And he fucking hits the iron. Eichel on the low side, trying to creep across the blue line. He took a big hit following that play. 5.5 to go in the second. Byram goes high side, pass across neutral and in. Tuck has it poked away. Good defensive play on the Vegas side. Back through neutral. Buffalo, Tage Thompson into the zone, pitching it up ahead. That Krebs fighting for it. He just got pummeled by Marner. Tuck there to help him out, and Tage Thompson trying to cut off the loose puck as it eventually breaks free. Who was that? Riley Smith with a wild pass right to a blue stick. But Marner eventually gets it cleared. Good Lord, we look like garbage. Up ahead, Riley Smith to Marner. Misses him. Puck back behind the net. Metz is able to play it to the high corner. Back to Metz. Up the low wall. Through neutral. Icing waved off. Buffalo's going to maintain possession in the zone. Kesselring from the low point, stopped by the stick of Akira Schmid. Good screen in front, gave him a great opportunity. Kolasar falls down as he's trying to take Anderson's air mail clearing. Jesus. Puck right back into the Vegas zone. Defensively, Vegas is just absolutely non-existent. Most of the mistakes that have led to anything have been exactly that, mistakes. Not you've had the occasional good defensive stick, but that's it. Right on the low dot, shot stopped by the pad of Akira Schmid. Schmid, he thought he got beat. Immediately looked over his shoulder. Holy shit. That Kesselring. Kesselring walked from about halfway between the blue line and the top of the circle, walked straight down to the dot, got a clean shot off, no interference, no, hey, buddy, what are you doing? No, fucking stop. Kalel, no. None of that shit. Just walks right in, takes the shot. Luckily, Akira Schmid is, although the goal allowed, I'm sure he wants back. He's at least making a difference. No puck control, no plan of what to do. We finally actually look like we develop a play, which was really just a lucky break 2-on-1 the opposite direction. And unfortunately, Bowman, who is just itching for a goal, puts it off the high post. He beat Lyon the whole way. Like, dude was waiting for Eichel to shoot, and you have to. You cannot take your eye off Eichel. Absolutely late coming back across to Bowman, and Bowman just misses it. And that's after Bowman couldn't handle the little hot pass that Dorofeyev gave him across line stick. So there's two golden opportunities for a goal that Braden Bowman has missed, dude. If he doesn't score this game, he's going to get a Hattie the next one he plays in, which might be tomorrow in Detroit. Let's take a look at it. They're showing the replay now. Cross to Bowman. He has all the time in the world. He gathers it, and it just goes a touch off of his toe. Just a touch off of his toe. Instead of grabbing it in the crook or in the curve. 3:45 to go in the first. Buffalo into the Vegas zone trying to feed. Oh, that'd be a high stick, but it doesn't matter. Quinn puts it into the glove of Akira Schmid. Oh, goodness. This is about what I expected, to be honest. As much as I want to sit here and say I'm bummed out in the performance of the Golden Knights, this is exactly what we expected. Stoney's out. He would be a big saving grace. Like, it's crazy. It's LA, so we should have beat LA. But with more than half the team not playing. We beat the Kings. Haven't won a game since. Marner into the zone, across the door. Fayette, quick shot, hits the glove of Lyon. Here we go. Anderson with another follow-up. Doesn't quite make it through the bodies in front of the crease. A little bit more opportunity there. Didn't quite come through. Good sticks disrupt Buffalo, but they're going to come right back in anyway. Pass across as Quinn was trying to make a move around Marner. And Marner just did not get out of the way. Could have possibly gotten an interference called on that one, I'm not going to lie. Or that was Krebs, not Quinn. Oh, Vegas is kind of chasing pucks a little bit. I guess you can say it like that if you're trying to be nice. Vegas has no idea what the hell's going on. Occasionally the puck ends up in a position where they're like, okay, I guess this is our only option, is to do what we should be doing. Wow, they just kicked everybody out. Just kicked Norris and Sissons out of the dot together. Marner ends up taking the Buffalo face-off. That was a good hustle play. McNabb trying to dip it low as everybody caught up to Marner. And it makes its way out into neutral. Sissons not able to get a stick on it. Down low, Byram in. Passes it back. Sorry, there's just chaos in the middle of the ice. I can't see who's coming away with anything. Loose puck gets to Reinhardt, but he whiffs it on the backhand. Good fucking Lord, dude. I got to get better about not. Okay, anyway. On the high point, and McNabb able to take it, sets it up for Theodore. I still don't know why Ben Hutton's not on the ice, but Korzak is. Anyway, Theodore up ahead to Hurdle. Avoids the hip check, but puck all the way into the Buffalo goaltender. Up the high boards. Kolasar can't work it low with Hurdle there to help. Samuelson kicks it up and around, and Kesselring will get there to throw it up the low boards. Hannafin cuts it off at the red line. Kolasar takes a hard hit right into the ref from Kozak. Puck back into the Vegas zone. Straight across the baseline. Anderson's there to get a stick on it. The best play I've seen Anderson make since he's joined the team. Back behind the Buffalo net. Vegas is going to retreat and go for a change. All the way up the low boards. It's tipped in. Theodore gets there first up to the high point. Hurdle across. Oh, that was Barbashev to Eichel to Bowman, who loses the puck and has to chase it into the corner. But Buffalo will head right back the other way. Little bit of a misplay there by McLeod. Almost turned it over in their defensive zone. Shot back all the way down by Buffalo. Goes up and over the net. Theodore at his own blue line ahead to Lazan, who loses it. And now Buffalo's going back the other way. Tage Thompson down the low side. Stopped by Schmid. 45 seconds to go in the period. Shots are 9-7 Buffalo. Dumped in by Byram. Anderson goes high wall. The pass. The clearing pass ends up hitting a Buffalo body, so no icing as it goes all the way down to Lyon. Byram there first under pressure from Marner. Gets it up into neutral, and Tuck dumps it ahead of him. That looked a little bit offsides, but we'll chop that up to a camera angle. Top of the circle shot stopped by Akira Schmid. That Samuelson gets a wide open pass from Tuck off behind the back of the net. Dorofeyev turns up to block the shot. Thompson was cutting across, had a potential tip, but Akira Schmid standing tall and getting that one gloved. 11.2 seconds to go in the period. Shots are 10-7 Buffalo. Buffalo wins it, keeps it in the zone. Top of the low circle. Shot goes wide. Saad getting a stick in the way. Another stick in the way as Buffalo tries to put one in. It goes all the way back to Lyon, and the whistle blows for the end of the first period. Oh my goodness, fellas. We do not look fantastic, do we? We do not look fantastic. So we're getting opportunities. Unfortunately, the guys getting the opportunity have been or the guy getting the opportunity has been Bowman, and man, that man couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. I feel bad for the kid, but he needs to make at least one of those, man. The whiff on the air puck was a little understandable. Putting it on the post when he had all that time. Man, we've been giving McKinnon shit about this for over a week now. I can't let it pass on him. The fuck is he doing? Buffalo is actually making a presence in our zone. I think our longest offensive zone possession has been like 22 seconds, something ridiculous like that. I don't know, man. I don't know what to expect at this point. With Stoney out, Bowman's like I said, if Bowman doesn't score this game, he's either gonna hat trick the next game or he won't see the back of the net for the rest of the season. I don't know how he reacts to that quite yet. But I'm hoping he gets a fire lit under his ass to go in and start, shooting an extra 100, 200 pucks at practice. Schmidt is looking good, even though the goal was a little weak. We have zero net front presence. Same thing I've been talking about the last 3 games. On either side of the ice, we're not presenting screens, and we're sure as hell not clearing screens. Now, all in all, I'd say we're in a pretty rough position at the moment, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and take a couple of minutes. I wasn't going to, but since my bike is in a pile right now, I kind of want to get that done. I'd like to go to the gym tonight. So we'll head out for a couple of minutes and be back for the start of the second. Hey, Greg. Sorry, buddy. I'm trying to take care of some stuff in between, and it has not been going well. But I appreciate you stopping in while you're at work, brother. I'm doing well, just really struggling with this shit I'm trying to get done, but all good. Wouldn't want things to be too easy, you know. But I hope you're having a good Monday, brother. Waiting to get back for the start of the second period. I gotta tell you, man, I am suddenly starving. What I get? What's that? Oh, that's actually really cool. Little 3D puzzle coming back. Right on. I can appreciate that. It's fucking nose strips. So I can finally breathe, but they annoy the hell out of me. But I prefer breathing. Okay, so that just didn't work. Hang on, gotta do this again. Jesus, they've been coming back for the start of the second period for 9 minutes. As soon as I get my pop out window, hopefully we can skip ahead past these guys joking around and actually get to some hockey. Here we go. Eichel versus Thompson. Thompson comes away with it. Buffalo jumping into the Vegas zone. Little physicality right up at the red line at the box to start. But Bowman, watch your stick, dude. Watch your stick, dude. I was waiting for Krebs to lean a little more forward and just eat the stick to get the power play. All right. Barbashev's able to get it through neutral, gets it to Eichel and back, but good pressure by Tuck, and Krebs interrupts that. Tage Thompson walks in, poke check away, but recovered, shot by Samuelson, stopped by Schmid. Oh my goodness. We're in for a long ride, gentlemen. Face off to the left of Schmid. Benson, oh no, Norris kicked out. Buffalo wins the face off to the point. Shot and in off of Anderson's stick. So we have I already misspoke earlier because the first goal was off of Eichel's skate, and I forgot that. This one, the shot comes in from dead center of the point, and Anderson, being the genius he is, knocks it away with his hand while Schmid is sitting there waiting for the puck. Anderson reaches out and knocks it right past him. We had 2 goals directly attributed to Golden Knights skaters. Now, the first one was Eichel had no chance. It hit his skates. Like, the dude threw it into his skates and got a lucky bounce. That one is just another something to add to the list of why Anderson for White Cloud was a dumbass trade. Shots are 13-7. Good grief. Is this what we're doing? Is this what we're doing today, fellas? Minute 10 gone in the period. Shots are 13-7 Buffalo. Face off on the high dot just outside the Buffalo zone. Played up ahead through neutral. No icing. Marner getting in the way of Quinn. Now helping Lazon get back there. Now Marner to Lazon. Hits the red line and in. Riley Smith on the low wall. Gets it through the low corner, but it's picked off behind the net. Ooh, good play. A little cross check right in the middle as Riley Smith goes to take a shot. No call. That's offsides by 9 feet. That's not going to be, but that should be an intentional offsides. That's how far past the blue line McLeod was. Man, eventually Vegas is going to look good and I'm going to be here for it. Oh, man, I just don't see it happening tonight or tomorrow against Detroit. And then against Minnesota, I'm not. Fuck, man. Korzak gets crunched by Krebs in the low corner of the Vegas zone. Eventually gets the puck behind the net to Lazon. Total whiff. Almost a trip. Riley Smith got lucky. Tuck skated through that. Quick shot by Tuck. Thing hits Schmidt and goes wide. Trying to go back down the low boards, picked off by Marner. Into the Buffalo zone, all the way down to the low dot. Trying to go across the baseline, hits a skate. Puck eventually comes right out up front. Nobody can handle it. Theodore to the top dot, big shot by Lavoie, goes wide, back into neutral. Theodore going all the way back with McNabb. Now McNabb up the high boards into neutral. Reinhart left the puck behind twice. Eventually, Lavoie gets it in, immediately turned over to Metza. Dahlin now through neutral. Pitches it up ahead. A little battle on a missed tip at the blue line. But Buffalo recovers back in their own zone. Dahlin up ahead. Benson's able to get it in, but not for long. It comes right back to Samuelson. Trying to go across ice again. A bad tip turns it over. Lavoie trying to feed it across. Eichel shoots, and it is up and out of play. $16:46 to go in the second period. Shots are 14-7 in favor of Buffalo. And man, are there any other games going on? Because this one's hurting my soul, dude. The Knights have been killing me for the last couple of years, but last couple of days have been rough. Bruins over the Pens 2-1. Devils over the Panthers 2-1. Mammoth over the Caps 2-1. Preds and the Blue Jackets tied at 1. Blackhawks and Jets 0-0. Stars and Flames no score. And there is nothing else happening. We are currently the only two-goal deficit. Wide open in front. Quinn cannot be Schmidt. Thank goodness. I was about to turn the game off. Back the other way. Bowman feeds it down the low boards for Barbashev to chase. Into the high corner. Eichel's late, but turned over to Lazon. Bringing it behind the net. Feeds it out front. And just slowly handled by Buffalo with no panic. If only. Good back check by Eichel. Couple stick lifts to disrupt the entry the other way. And now Donin all the way across. Right up to him. Lazon just got embarrassed by 9. Who's 9? Norris. Dude, our defense is just getting dog walk to the goal. Quinn right open in front, just a little too close. Schmid was all over. If he'd gone 5-hole, he might have beat him, but Schmid was just on top of that puck. Good job. Shots are 16-8. We're 4 minutes and 15 seconds into the second period. Dude, and then I looked down as Schmid made a quick save off of a face-off. Let's see it. Oslin at the low point shoots, gets deflected. Oh, yeah, that was actually a really good job. Norris, it hits Norris, goes down between everybody's legs, and then goes bouncing up over the pad of Akira Schmid, who is able to make the save. Unbelievable. Akira Schmid, hero. Riley Smith all the way up as Dorofeyev chases it in. Dorofeyev, quick turn and shoot off the pad. And good defense. Stops Riley Smith. I think that was Kesselring. Is that his name? Yeah, Kesselring made a great play to tie up Riley Smith. And then Krebs just comes. Riley doesn't even look like he's here playing hockey. He would look surprised that he just got hit as he went to play the puck. Like, why would you do that type of surprise? Great move by McLeod to work Doan to work his way up to the net, just not quite good enough. God, Vegas looks bad. Back the other way. Benson takes the shot. Oh my goodness, we look bad. Buffalo looks good. I can't take anything away from Buffalo, but Vegas is looking very shaky right now. And I'm just waiting for it to be 4-0. Ooh, a little bouncing puck as the puck made its way to Lyon, but handled into the backboards. Battle in the high corner, taken away by Tage Thompson. To the blue line, he trips. Hurdle gets a poke on it, just can't get the puck in the right direction. Into the zone, Tage Thompson with another goal. Well, I had a feeling this might be a quick game, and it may end up being a quick game. If we get to 4-0, I think I'm gonna go work on the bike so that I can get I can make it to the gym tonight. Because this is just embarrassing, man. This is such a shame. Yeah, we're 8-0 in goal scoring so far through 5 periods. Sorry, 0-8. I don't know the last time 8 goals were scored on Vegas without us scoring one. Marner trying to get the puck to the wall. The ball finally finds it. Skating up the low boards, back to the low point. Korzak towards the net, recovered by Reinhardt, stopped by the pad of line. To the high point, Hannafin across to Korzak, who shouldn't be on the ice when Ben Hutton is healthy. Quick shot off a good pass. Reinhardt stopped by Lyon. Bowman trying to chase to the net, loses the puck. Eichel circles back, gets it to the blue line. Theodore to McNabb at the high point, down the wall to Eichel, across to Theodore. Shot. I can't believe. Oh, Barbashev trying to go for the wraparound, and Vegas scores. Stupid. But Barbashev fighting for his life against Kozak, able to get it around flat across the baseline or the goal line as Lyon dives back. Right on, Wink. What up, buddy? It has been horrible up until this point. Give me 1 sec, though. Haven't gotten to celebrate a goal in 3 games, so scoring for your Golden Knights with his 18th of the season, number 49, Ivan Barbashev, with an assist from number 27, Jack Eichel. 27, Shea Theodore. And a secondary assist from number 9, Jack Eichel. Why did that just... Okay. Man, even my clap is glitching. I'm having a rough day. Puck poked out. Good poke. Dorofeyev with speed. Can he get out in front? Shot and score, Dorofeyev. I am happy I sat through this. Dorofeyev with a breakaway just beats Lion 5-hole as he's forced to sit on his ass inside the net. All right, fellas. Well, apparently getting pissed off while getting your ass kicked 3-0 is the secret to success. Yeah, see, if we could start, if we could go down by none or down by 1 before we start getting hot, that would be cool. Before we show up and decide we want to play hockey, because up until we went down 3-0, Vegas didn't even look like they wanted to be here. Riley Smith looked shocked when a guy hit him. It was like, how could you do this to me? And now all of a sudden, here we are. Our scoring right. Shut up. You did, Wink. Azon Blaze ain't stopped in a bit. He was my good luck charm. He was the Golden Knights' good luck charm. I guess it's your turn to take his place. Shot from the high point by Hannafin, gloved by Lion. Scoring for your Golden Knights with his 29th of the season, number 16, Pavel Dorofeyev. Man, oh man. All right, we're on a commercial break right now, but so far that has been hustle plays. Dorofeyev getting loose with a good pass to keep him moving forward, and Barbashev just fighting through. Kozak? Is that dude's name? Kovac or Kozak? Kojak? Kozak. Barbashev just fighting through Kozak behind the net to get the wraparound opportunity. And then Lion helping out by putting his pad in the perfect spot to direct it in. So a couple of really good hustle plays after 26 minutes of looking like they didn't want to be here. Interesting. Well, hopefully we have a little more fun watching the rest of this. Waiting to get back. They're showing the Nashville or the Buffalo highlights. Why do I keep calling Buffalo Nashville, man? Like I said, having an off day. Tomorrow, 4 o'clock, Detroit. You come back and watch Vegas get their asses kicked again. Riley Smith takes the puck away from Marner, gets crunched doing so. Metza up the low boards. Korzak tries to get it back deep. Metza in the low corner looking for a place to go. Has some space, but doesn't get rid of it. Finally makes the pass. As Marner came in to put on the pressure, Tage Thompson working his way in. Top of the low circle. Shot. Stopped by Schmidt. I forgot the dude's name. Zucker. Riley Smith trying to work it up the board to Kozak. Zucker there to prevent that from happening. McLeod coming in to help out. Puck comes free to Dorofeyev. And he's just going to buy some time, buy some space. Buffalo getting some fresh legs. Marner through neutral, decides to wait for the change to happen. Puts it right into the glove of Norris. Right back the other way, we have a Vegas icing. All right, see, what a weird turnaround. So the shots were 16-8. And in like 3 minutes, it's 20-16. I hate when I can only find a feed that comes from the other team. Face-off taken from the Vegas zone behind the net. Ooh, a good stick prevents the McLeod shot. Puck back the other way. Damn it, I keep calling McLeod Doan and Doan McLeod. Norris chasing in the toss from Doan. Anderson gets there first. The Sissons up and out on the low boards. All the way back through neutral, tipped in. Anderson is going to collect behind Schmidt. Dude, Anderson, I don't like. I sure he's a talented guy. I don't like him. I don't like what he's done so far. I don't like him in our system. I don't understand why we got rid of McLeod for this guy, or White Cloud for this guy. Thompson goes below the net, trying to chase it down, but McNabb gets there first. Again, back to the Buffalo zone. Quick turn and pass. Forced right back across their own blue line into neutral. Grabs on the low boards, enters the zone all the way down to the low corner, goes behind the net. Barbashev gets down there to cause disruption. It's a nice reverse hit by Eichel. Just sat somebody on his ass. Now Eichel in neutral retrieves the puck with speed. Riley Smith trying to go across the middle to Bowman. It's picked off by Krebs. Tuck now going back the other way. Korzak gets there first. And Hannafin will collect, and Buffalo goes for a change. Korzak trying to go all the way up the ice. It's tapped. And Buffalo immediately sends it the other way. Hannafin to Korzak on the low boards of the Vegas zone through neutral and sent down the wall to the high corner. Dorofeyev takes a hard cross check. I don't know how that's not a penalty, but he goes right back at the captain, and there's no penalty either way. And then the dude just, go at him, Dolan. I dare you. I dare you. You cross-check the shit out of him to put him down, and then when he comes back at you, Dahlin cross-checked the shit out of Dorofeyev right across the numbers into the board. Should have been an easy penalty, no call. So Dorofeyev gets up, cross-checks him to right above the elbow, and dude went skating over to the boards like, oh, And get me, I know it hurts. I know it hurts. But when you're doing a who's the bigger dick competition with Dorofeyev and you lose, you want to play Mr. Badass and you lose to Dorofeyev, buddy. I love Dorofeyev, but that's not a competition he wins. He just did against you, punk ass. Pissing me off. Waiting on a commercial break now. Just taking a look at fucking Suburban Warfare. Just seeing any new news going on. Are we looking at all the? Is there another bomb taking off anywhere? I'm sure there's a few. Ooh, that actually looks good. Dude, I've got to get burgers today. I've been putting off getting burgers for weeks. Just like, I'll like a pre-formed patty. Because I love hamburgers, but dude, I underestimate my laziness when I'm at the store. Because I've got a bunch of ground beef, and it's like, I'll just make it with that. Yeah, I've said that for like a month. I haven't cooked an ounce of ground beef. So it's like, yeah, no, I'm about to go spend $35 fucking on 18 burger patties. $35 for 5 pounds of ground beef, bro. Anyway, enough bitching. Face off to the left of the line, won by Buffalo, and Quinn will finally get it across the blue line. All the way up to McLeod, through the middle to Metza. He gets it down below. Quinn now behind the net. Into the low corner, taken on by Anderson. Marner comes in and helps out. Marner's got a little bit of a fire under him, which I like. He's starting to hit people. Ooh, Lyon goes down after I think Lazon ran into Samuelson, who ran into Lyon. Back the other way, McLeod into the zone, goes high wall to Quinn. He taps it back below the net. Up to Dolan at the low point, across to the middle, shot goes wide. Anderson now working up the low boards to Dorofeyev. He goes out to the middle of the ice. Riley Smith will go off the boards and turn it over across the Buffalo blue line. Tipped in, off the pass through neutral. Theodore up the high boards, gets it to Eichel. He's got Barbashev with speed chasing the dump in. Kept inside. Only for a moment, Buffalo gets it out to neutral. Bowman with a quick turnaround. He's got Barbashev towards the middle, but he can't get it through the stick. Fuck, I can't remember his name. That was Byram. Tuck recollects in front of his home goalie, and now we're into a little bit of a boring game. 5 1/4 to go in the second period. Shot goes wide all the way back into the Buffalo zone with speed. Reinhart wins the foot race. That was lazy by Byram. Eichel makes the pass, but Kolasar can't make the shot. What a great pass by Jack Eichel. So close for Coley. Up to the high point, Hannafin. Back down low, the wall. High dot, shot by Sissons. Stopped by Lyon. Hannafin gets it back to Kolasar. Across the blue line to Korzak. Sissons just dumped Byram, but it was a battle, and Byram lost. Norris can't control the puck. He's late getting the shot, and Schmid makes the pad save. Looks like Lazard just wiped out Byram behind the net. And until it gets called, I ain't saying anything because, like I said, that cross-check into the boards on Dorofeyev pissed me off. A great move by Reinhardt. He went for the pass. All the way back to Anderson. He wasn't ready for the quick shot. Sissons still trying to work the puck to the middle. Good job by Vegas getting some opportunities before Kolasar makes a bump on his way out. I love it. Vegas is fired up, man. They're pissed off. They're getting physical. It's going to bring the reaction from Buffalo. Just we got to keep our heads. Riley Smith with speed. Trying to make a move under heavy sticks, and he couldn't get through. Back the other way, Malestein holds on Theodore. Theodore gets pushed off and shoves his ass into the glass. Another good, clean hit, just hard. Puck right up front. Schmidt makes a good save. Theodore in front of his own goal. 3:16 to go in the period. All the way back. Barbashev in the high corner. Works it free. Tries to hit McNabb, who lets it go to the blue line, but nobody home. Eichel now taking it from Akira Schmid all the way up the ice to Bowman, who tips it in. High corner. Metza there first. Oh, shit. I can't. The same numbers I keep forgetting. Zucker now gets the puck taken away by Korzak at the blue line. Eichel goes all the way across. I wish he would have attacked the net on that one. He had somebody in the middle crashing, and then a complete misplay by the defense. Good stop on Quinn. His second breakaway opportunity against Schmid, and Schmid makes the stop again. Eichel now trying to go through the legs of Metza, hits something and sends it out of play. Holy shit, dude. Another horrible defensive play to allow a breakaway. But Akira Schmid making the stop for the second time on a completely open Quinn. Holy shit. Akira Schmid's the only reason this game isn't fucking 16 to 2 now. Because the first two, I'm trying to remember the third goal. And I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of forgetting the goals. But the first two, again, you have a guy trying to make the pass from below the low dot, or sorry, from just below the low dot across to the high baseline. As Eichel's coming across to make a play, it hits Eichel's stick and goes right to the open man on the side of the net. So if anything, get mad at our D-man who let a guy be wide open on the side of the net. And then you have Anderson in front of Schmid. Nobody else in front of Schmid. Schmid has a wide open, clear view of where the puck is. And he goes, you know what? I'm going to help. Puts his hand out and tips it so that he beats his own goalie. So 2 goals are directly related to the Golden Knights fucking up. Shout out to Buffalo for taking advantage of the opportunity, but that is not what we like to see here. Go Sabres. Hey, for sure, buddy. You've got a lot better chance of being happy tonight than I do. But the fact that we were able to make it 3-2 gives me a little bit of confidence. I'm not going to lie and say it's a whole lot of confidence, but we're a lot more in it than we were 2 nights ago. Sunday afternoon. Shot from the blue line, hits something out front, goes high and wide. Theodore feeding it down low to Eichel. He gets it through to Barbashev. Eichel struggling on the high boards. And Boston. Buffalo's able to get it out. Dude, I have been off all night. Bowman back to Eichel. Tipped in again by Bowman all the way down to the low corner. Barbashev not able to get the hit on Power. Power coming back the other way to squeeze Barbie. Tage Thompson cuts off that pass behind the net. And Buffalo is able to get clear. Byram dumps it in as most of Buffalo goes for a change. Mid slows it down. McNabb, Theodore up the low boards to Riley Smith. And recovered by Norris in neutral. Stretch pass tipped in. Schmid leaves it off for Theodore, and he'll take the high road out. And we've got a hand pass. Man. All right. So to be fair, you got two rather unfortunate for Vegas, lucky goals, right position goals for Buffalo. And you have two hustle plays that scored for Vegas, like Dorofeyev just ran his ass off and beat everybody, and Barbashev working against Kozak behind the net. So hopefully we can prevent the puck luck going in Buffalo's favor. And, one lucky bounce in favor of Vegas. 50 seconds to go in the period. Puck all the way down the low boards and around for an icing. Face off with 48.4 to go. So again, unfortunately, I am in need to be out in the garage working on stuff between periods. So once the period ends, we'll take a few minutes for intermission, grab a snack, grab a drink, and then we'll come back for the start of the third. Back behind the Vegas net, Quinn sets it for, I can't remember Zucker. I cannot remember his name. Marner just took a high stick, immediately puts his hands to his face. Shot on net down the other way. I'd like to see what just happened. Apparently nothing happened because I guess I'm the only one that saw it. Somebody down low immediately took off their glove and put their hand to their face. So I was just kind of curious what happened, but apparently nothing. 30 seconds left in the period. Ooh, face off won by Vegas. Reinhardt gets there. Can't handle the puck, though. Eventually up to the high point. A quick shot. Loose puck. And Colasar couldn't scoop it up quick enough. He had an opportunity to get Lyon before he laid flat. Unfortunately, he whiffed, and as he tried again, he gets stopped. Finally, somebody up at the front of the net. So, okay, great defensive play there by Power. Great stick lift by Owen Power. That was a phenomenal defensive play because that was an easy goal for Colasar. Face off to the left of line. Sisson's on the dot, and Buffalo wins it. Power to Byram. Up the low boards, 15 seconds. No icing. Theodore up the high wall and gets it out. 5 seconds left. Buffalo would be wise to just chill. Throwing it up ahead. It's tipped, and we are into the second intermission. All right, so we got ourselves a game, which is awesome, but I've got to go take care of all my stuff before we come back for this next period, or at least I'm going to try to. Not going to have a lot of opportunity, and I got stuff I'd like to do today. So we're going to take a break. Like I mentioned, we're going to hit the music, and we will be back for the start of the third. See you guys in a few minutes. Where's... Dude, I hate that YouTube makes me use this trash ass music. I really do. I'd rather just get some jams going. But alas, here we are. Right on, Devil scored. Dude, my hands are so beat to shit trying to get this bike fixed, and I finally made it through a couple of steps that I've been struggling with. Like, oh, thank God. So now I gotta take some more. Oh, let me grab mine. Just until I finally shave my damn head. Okay, so we got that figured out. That's the piece I just had with the tape, so that's fine. That's fine. Okay. I'm like panicking over this, man. It's expensive enough of a bike to where I'm worried about breaking shit, but it's also cheap enough of a bike to where a lot of the parts were shit. So I'm trying to run hydraulic brakes. So I got to rerun the brakes, got to rerun the shifter, got to rerun. You know, I had to pop the back wheel off, so ended up taking apart the derailleur, getting that all cleaned out. So I was expecting to only have a couple of seconds back for or before we get back to the game, and I was off by a couple minutes. But now I have the decision of, you know, once I get that shit fixed, what route do I go? Because the last time I went the route that I did, I ended up with this whole pain in the ass mess. All right, still waiting to get back. Let's flip through the league real quick and we'll see what the scores are looking like. Bruins and over the Penguins, 2-1 in the start of the third. Devils, ooh. Devils score 1-0 over Florida Panthers, man. I was expecting it to be 1-0. I'm looking at the score. It's 3-1 Devils. Mammoth, and that's at the end of second intermission. The start of the third, Mammoth are up on the Capitals 3-1. Second intermission, Predators over the Blue Jackets in Columbus 2-1. Blackhawks and the Jets in Winnipeg tied at 1 apiece, first intermission. The rest still to come. All right, here we go. Let's see if Vegas can pull another miracle and win a game they do not deserve to win. Hell, if we get a point out of this, I'm going to be happy because I'm expecting a complete sweep on the road. Thompson and Eichel battling for the puck. Eventually, Vegas comes away with it. McNabb, Theodore, Eichel at the Buffalo blue line. Back to Eichel, working the way down the low point. Tuck just attacking Ike, trying to work the pass in the middle, can't get through. Up to the high boards, can't get the puck past Theodore. Eichel trying to feed it out to Bowman in front, can't get through. Got to stop saying can't get through. And Buffalo goes the other way. That was offsides. That looked offsides by a mile. Shot from Buffalo up over the net to the low boards into the low corner. Tage Thompson cycling back towards the net, goes off the outside. Pass up to Bowman, goes off his skates. He's got nothing in the tank, man. Just you could see right there. He's starting the third period with no gas. He's going to be suffering in about 10 minutes. Puck back behind Schmidt up to the high wall. Sorry, Hannafin through neutral. Hits the red line and dumps it in to the high corner. Riley Smith back behind the net. Gets it through the door. Faves all the way to Marner, but Marner was not ready to do anything with it. Hannafin Dodoro to Marner. At the red line, Marner going back towards his own goal. Hannafin running a little bit of a pick. Marner gets it deep behind the net under pressure from Power. Leaves it behind himself to Riley Smith. Byram battling Dorofeyev. Eventually, Power ends up coming away with the puck. Good grief. Shots are 23 apiece. As we inch towards 2 minutes gone in the third period. Just a wild puck frozen on the blue line play. Sissons eventually goes down, but pops right back up. It's out of the zone. Quinn heading down. McLeod to his right. He leaves it back to Zucker. Shoots and goes over the net. Another shot from the low point. Stopped by Akira Schmid. Colasar gets it up ahead to Sissons. Reinhardt has to turn around. And unfortunately, it's just not quite a good enough play. Quinn getting a couple cross checks in on Reinhardt, but Reinhardt does come away with it. Across the blue line, gets it through to Lavoie. Lavoie wasn't ready. That did not look like it was going to make it, but no play comes of it either way. Lavoie now from neutral into Buffalo territory. Hurdle trying to work the puck towards the net. Can't get it through. Dorofeyev Mark. Damn it. Shot from the low point. Hits a stick out front. Doesn't make it. Lying on top of the goal as Hurdle and Saad are trying to make something happen. But we will have a face-off in the Buffalo zone. 3 minutes gone in the period. Shots 24-23 Buffalo. Shit, I feel like that should be 24 now, but it's not changing, so. Okay, man, this thing ain't helping me right now. Oh. Fuck, I'm hungry. Anyway. Face off to the left of Lyon. Eichel gets kicked out against against Norris. Barbie on the dot. Won by Buffalo. Out through neutral. Buffalo maintaining. Good play by Norris to protect the puck. Back to the top of the circle. Shot saved by Schmid. Again, Akira, only reason Vegas is still in it for the most empty net goals in Sabres franchise history with 13. Who are they? I couldn't even begin to guess. Dude, if you asked me that for Vegas, I wouldn't be able to guess that. Face off to the left of Schmid, won by Thompson. To the low point, Power goes across the blue line. Shot stopped by Schmid. Ooh, let's get these stoppages out of the way so that we can have some full speed hockey. Anyway. Dude, can we just get to some hockey, man? These stoppages, and then the line judge doesn't want to drop the damn puck. Finally, Eichel wins a face-off against Tage Thompson. It has taken that long. There was no cleaning the ice. It took that long just to get a puck drop off an icing. Eichel all the way down, makes a move, but loses his skate. Power ends up away with the puck. Eichel just trying to do a little too much. Turn and pass hits Tage Thompson. Oh my goodness. Barbashev inside the Buffalo zone on the low boards, trying to backhand it across the blue line, but awaiting Norris picks it off. Hannafin now sends it around. And from the low point, right back in behind Schmid. Korzak gives it to Marner over to Hannafin. Up the low boards and out. Barbashev able to knock it up ahead, but not able to get there. Ooh, Marner, good pressure on Byram, but Buffalo is able to get it clear. Hannafin back in the Vegas zone. Over to Anderson. Red line into the low corner. Smith leaves it back for Dorofeyev, but good pressure by McLeod turns the puck over. Back through neutral. Zucker. It's only taken me 3 periods to remember that dude's name. Never mind. Sissons ends up knocking the puck into the low corner of the Buffalo zone. Vegas going for a change, so it's 1-on-3. And he's actually out working Meta and McLeod. Able to get Kolasar in for a change. Kolasar trying to go to the front of the net. Ends up bouncing up to the high boards. Anderson misses Kolasar after the pinch in. And we have a Buffalo icing. 14:44 to go in the third. I feel like this has been the longest 5 minutes and 16 seconds of hockey I have ever witnessed. Yeah. Puck won by Vegas in the Buffalo zone. Shot from the high point. Misses the net wide. No rebound. Lavoie and Saad make a couple of good little plays. Puck back up front. Can't catch Saad on the backdoor attempt. What an effort by those two. Right back the other way. Quinn. Backhand from the middle of the ice. Surprises Schmid, but he makes the save. And then Lazan pushing Zucker back a little bit. It has to be just because I haven't eaten. I mean, I am tired. Been dealing with the bike for a couple of hours, so that's kind of been a pain too. But at the very least, get back out there after this, put the front tire on, and go from there. Puck left back to Tage Thompson at the blue line. Shot stopped by Kier Schmid. Thompson charging in on the high side. Puck through the middle. Barbashev's able to catch it. Work it up the boards to Eichel, who gets it out. Bowman makes the pass to Eichel, and Eichel tries to go back to Bowman. That was a game of I don't want it, neither do I. Theodore recovering a pass from the center, immediately turns it over. Good old giveaway Shea. What up, Don? So late. What period is this? We are in the third period, brother. It is 13:45 to go in the third. And dude, Vegas was down 3-0 at one point. All of a sudden, they decided to show up. Ever since then, it's been a battle of a hockey game. A little bit boring, but it has been a battle of a game, brother. It's been a lot of fun. It turned into more fun to watch once Vegas decided they wanted to show up. And it's wild. If you watch Buffalo scores their third goal, the next puck drop, Vegas is attacking people. They're skating with speed. It's the wildest thing. Off of the low wall, Buffalo's going to take it back the other way. But a good job by Benson to force his way back. I said there's definitely the physicality has changed quite a bit. But Vegas just, again, not showing up to play hockey when the game starts. You know what I mean? Those will go, sorry, busy night, Nate. No worries, brother. No worries. Spend the day in the hospital. That's not good, buddy. I hope everything's okay, man. So truly, I hope everything's okay. It's like, I complain about spending my day breaking my knuckles trying to fix the brakes on the bike. It could be a lot worse. Oh, you bastard. You can't do that. Don't you do that to me again. That's funny. Okay, well then it could have been worse. Nah, right on, man. I'm actually I'm counting down the days. March 16th. Well, you said spent day in hospital. And so I'm thinking somebody's sick or dying or hurt or you are hurt or somebody's in trouble. And then you're like, yeah, I was helping them work on their computer problems. Like, hey, you got it. You can't type that in two different sentences. You got to put that all together, man. You got me worried something happened and you were just in there helping out with computers. All in good fun, man. All playing around and joking around. Yeah, you're good. Like I said, all in good fun, buddy. Now, right now, I'm trying to get the bike together. Actually, I have my handlebars right there. But I got to try and figure if I can break the sensor out of here. I don't think I can. Oh, puck right up front for an opportunity. Fought off by Lion. The struggle continues. Dude, we are taking so long between dropping, like between face-offs. It's on, or like the blown whistle and a face-off. Like the average has to be a minute and a half. Big hit by Lazon on Quinn down low in the Vegas zone. Battle against Dorofeyev. Dorofeyev is able to get the puck to Marner. Tried to go for a hook on Zucker, but didn't get it. Puck right back out on the high boards. Anderson sets it for Dorofeyev, who hits the red line and goes for a change. Riley Smith gets it to Hannafin. Works his way down to the baseline across the front. Riley Smith gets his ass kicked up front. I'd like to see that again. Pass all the way across to Sissons on the low wall. Left for Hannafin, trying to make a move against Tage Thompson. Thompson steals it away from him. Good pick by Riley Smith. Gets it to Sissons. Trying to go back door. Riley can't get it past the skates of Power. Puck goes up and out of play. They're going to call it a tip. Bunch of wide open opportunities that we're just not able to close on. Sissons makes the pass and he puts it right into the legs of Power. I mean, if Riley Smith just catches it and waits a second, he's got the easiest goal of his life. But he didn't. Face off won by the Golden Knights. Colasar to Sissons, who dumps it into the high corner. Reinhart gets there first. Good job, Reinhart. Across the blue line, McNabb throws it towards the net. He handcuffs Lyon, but Lyon does make the save. 11 and a half to go in the third period. Shots are 28-27 in favor of the Golden Knights. Bitching about something. Anderson with the puck off the Vegas face-off win. Dropped by Lyon. Cleared into neutral. Anderson Goes all the way back to Saad, who can't control the puck. Metza up the low boards, feeds it across the center, and McLeod couldn't get through. Lavoie and Anderson tag team. Back to Lazon to the red line and in. Played away by Lyon. Lazon trying to pitch in. Let's see if that's a mistake. Oh, he's going to get back with plenty of time. Flipped in past Lazon. Lazon taking that a little bit easy. But it's okay. Bowman gets his stick lifted as he tries to leave. Shot comes in wide of the net. Just taking it too easy, man. Let's go, Buffalo. Yeah, I know. Puck to the top dot. Loose in front. Say Molliston and Kozak were up front there. Unable to find it as Anderson went down as well. From New York, Jersey, so that counts. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm actually waiting for an update on some stuff going on in Buffalo. I think Angry Cops is about to be back on the Unsub podcast with Donut and Fat Electrician to talk about that stuff. Plug up the high boards. Line judge goes down. Eichel with Barbie. He takes the shot. I wish he would have gone to Barbie. I wish he would have made that pass to Barbie. It wasn't Bo. I could see him hesitating on Bowman, but puck tipped in back to Akira Schmidt. He'll go high corner and right back down to McNabb. Up to the blue line. Barbashev hits the skate, turns it over. Jesus. Good gosh. Good grief. Jiminy Christmas. Gee golly, gee whiz. I got nice. Vegas just looks rough. Kept in by Eichel. A good little pressure play causes a problem. Barbashev going behind the net. Pinching down his Hannafin, trying to set it to the corner, but Eichel didn't go to the corner to take Hannafin's place. Great. Yeah, no, that's great. Riley Smith across neutral. Barely lets Dorofeyev get onside. Pass across to Marner. Almost made it through into the low corner of the Buffalo zone. To the blue line. Shot from the low point. Dorofeyev looking for the tip. .906 to go in the third period. Like I said, now all I'm thinking about is the bike. If I get the front wheel on, make sure to get an account of all the bolts and screws. Then I can at least sit it upright, get the handlebars on, mount the brakes, adjust the brakes, and then it's good to go. Like I said, I'm focused so much on that just because I'm thinking about like if I'll be able to make it to the gym tonight. I don't know if you're here for that, Don. On my way. You were on my way to the gym. It's about 5 miles away. Ride a bike there. I get around the corner and I blow a tire. And of course, I have no fix of flat, no nothing. So the last couple days have been a pain in the ass. And so having to rip apart the bike, it's a big old fat tire. It's like it's a mountain bike, fat tire with electric assist. So there's a lot of components to it. And man, I've been breaking my hands are not made to work inside a small my hands are big, so my knuckles are all busted up. Jim, stop cursing. Yeah. Dude. Every time I get into, like, the last time my routine was dialed in, I ended up messing up my wrist so bad that I couldn't close my hand on a bottle of Coke. My bike with no handlebars. I can ride my bike with no handlebars. No handlebars. Geez, dude, you unlocked a memory. I totally forgot about that song. All right, I was going to start calling the game, but we immediately had a Buffalo icing. 9 minutes to go in the game. Shots are 29-27 in favor of Vegas. Goals 3-2 in favor of Buffalo. And now my focus is on fixing that thing, a whole bunch of food. And funnily enough, trying to remember that all my shopping list for Costco. Face off to the right of Lion McLeod on the dot against Eichel. And McLeod wins it. Go figure. Pass. I give Eichel shit, dude. Eichel can win faceoffs in 4 nations in the Olympics. You bring him back to the Golden Knights wearing a Golden Knights jersey, and it's just fucking asses and elbows. No, that was offsides. I mean, that was a good call. I mean, it's wild that the line judge got a call like that right, but he did. It appears to me he did. All right, so we got about 6 minutes before got about 6:45 till you're looking at a Vegas empty net unless one of these teams scores. Not able to get it out, but a terrible, terrible decision. Man, what is going on with our guys lately? I think that was Sissons making a bad pass back across the blue line. Okay, time to go to work. Hey, buddy, 4 more before my 1 minute to go. Hey, but I know you're pulling for him, but I will be sitting here rooting against you for the rest of the next 8 minutes and 15 seconds. But hey, Donald, have a great night at work, buddy. Stay safe up there. Stay warm. And I'll be back at 4 o'clock tomorrow if you're awake and not too beat up from tonight, man. Face off to the left of Lion, won by Krebs. Dude, we have to be at like 38% face-off wins right now. 41.5. I was fucking close. But cleared by Buffalo. It goes all the way down for an icing. 7:46 to go. What's happening right now? Oh, Sod saying that shouldn't have been an icing. Sod, Tuck is saying that shouldn't be an icing. It went up on edge, man. It was close, but Tuck, go bitch about something else. Buffalo wins the face-off, and I love Tuck. I'm just talking shit at this point because we're losing. In on the low boards of the Vegas zone. Lazan now heads the other way. Anderson up to Barbashev. Sorry, that's Hurdle. Forced to the high corner, trying to get back to the point, but I don't know what he was doing. He just couldn't make up his mind as to what he wanted to do, and Buffalo made up the mind for him. That should have been a hold. That Oslin held Lazan from the middle of the ice all the way to the boards. And now the puck goes up out of play, and they're calling Anderson for a penalty. Let's see if the refs got this one right. It's a good penalty. It is a properly called penalty. I'll say that. Dude, we take way too long. These officials can't run a game for shit, dude. It takes at least 60 seconds, if not upwards of 100 seconds to get a puck drop. Now Norris is going to sit there and bitch to the line judge instead of getting off the dot. Let's go. And then we've got, dude, can the judge drop the puck and get us to a hockey game, please? Finally, won by Vegas, puck up and out past the low point. Dooley was just not quite there in time. Working up the low wall, pass back. And a little light pass. That definitely was not full strength. That was a little sloppy going for the transition for Buffalo, trying to work through neutral. Finally, they dump it in, and it goes up and out of play from neutral. 30 seconds wasted on the power play as Buffalo couldn't figure out they couldn't figure out their ass from a hole in the ground, dude. Very, very sloppy. All right, Buffalo back from their own zone. Leaving it for Doan and back again for Norris. Right through the middle. Zucker on the low boards. Carries it to the baseline. Leaves it for Norris. Good stick by McNabb. Breaking it free. And Vegas is able to clear right back down the ice. 60 seconds left on the man advantage. 6 minutes to go in the period. Tage Thompson with the shot saved by Schmid. Norris on the high boards gets jumped by Marner in the zone. Turned over to Buffalo, though. And that puck goes up and out of play. Face off coming to the right of Akira Schmid. .48 seconds on the man advantage. So we're going to lose this game 4-2 with an empty net. And if Vegas would have just showed up to play in the first period, then that wouldn't be a big deal. But no. Good stick by Quinn. Ties up Lazon. Buffalo keeps it in at the high point. McLeod down to the baseline. Quick shot by Quinn. Stopped by Schmid. Wide open on the high baseline. Nobody there to pressure him. Nobody there to get in his way of getting in front of, to the top of the crease. None of it. Just zero net front presence for the Golden Knights. Been a problem all year. Been a problem for 5 years, honestly. But McLeod up ahead to Quinn. Almost picked off by Riley Smith, and now he is. Riley Smith and Marner back the other way. Riley can't quite get it over to Theodore. There's an opportunity for a play here. Theodore gets it in front of the net. Just no going. We are back to full strength hockey as Dorofeyev takes it just across the blue line. Trying to get it to Marner. Puck's bouncing around. Good play. Marner to stay with it. Riley Smith trying to go between the legs. Can't control the puck all the way back down. And it's another Buffalo icing. 4:44 to go in the third period. Shots at 29-28 in favor of Vegas. Just very good defensive plays for Buffalo, keeping the second chance opportunities out of reach. Lyon doing good what he needs to. On the other side, you have an own goal by Anderson, and a might as well be an own goal off the skate of Jack Eichel. So you had two bullshit goals, and especially the one with Anderson. Anderson hasn't done anything to deserve grace, so I'm pissed. Shot by Eichel, glove saved by Lyon. But yeah, Rasmus Anderson has been a complete waste of time, effort, and money. Meanwhile, we could have had Zach Whitecloud here. But hopefully Whitey's happy. Hopefully he's close to family and all that. But game late, just realized the game is almost over. Yeah, still a second spoilers. No spoilers. It's funny, when I came back and you had wrote the score, it's a good thing you didn't hear it because I actually announced what the score was. at the end of the second. I was like, man, what? How is it 1-0? And now it's, you know what I mean? That's funny though. You just didn't even realize it was an early game or earlier game. Let's see what's happening. Right at the 2 seconds left, the Penguins are going to lose to the Bruins 2-1 in Boston. I'll skip over the Devils and the Panthers. Mammoth up 3-2 as the Capitals have an empty net with a minute to go in Washington. Blue Jackets over the Predators 3-2. 7.5 to go in the period in Columbus. Jets and the Blackhawks still tied 1-1, 2:51 to go in the second period. 7:18 in to go in the first. Stars over the Flames 2-1. Senators over the Oilers 6.5 to go in the first. Still to come, the Lightning and the Wild in Minnesota. Wait, while we're waiting though, Senators and Oilers might be a good one to flip to after this. Lightning and the Wild at 6:30. That's probably going to be a pretty good game. Avalanche and the Ducks. I'll have to see. And then the Canadiens and the Sharks. What happened between the Avalanche and the Kings last night? Avalanche won 4-2, so the Ducks could be a really good game. Ducks, Colorado, Anaheim could be a really, really good game. Keep an eye out for that one as well. I will be out of here, though. The game's going to end. I'm going to do what I can on the bike, try and get some food in my system, and then it's a Costco night. Go load up on burgers and fries and potatoes, maybe get some ribs or a pork belly or something, depending. Want to get beef ribs, but I can't spend $100 on meat right now. Bug all the way out through neutral off the Buffalo win in their zone. 420. Blaze it to go in the game. It's going to say period, but same thing. Doan dumps it in to the high boards. Norris is there first around the net to McNabb, who works up the low boards to Barbashev across the middle. Theodore in a foot race. Gets there late because, of course, he does. It's Theodore, and it's a foot race. Up the high boards, back into neutral as Theodore and Bowman fight for the puck against McLeod and Norris. Back down to the low boards. Barbashev dumping it into himself and chasing. Buffalo's able to get it up the boards and out. Thompson through the middle of the ice to the high boards. Worked right back below the net. Expect Buffalo to do a bunch of dump and change. I don't know how often they switch into the play not to lose mode, but we're going to find out. Korczak to Marner. At the high wall, back across top of the low circle. Korczak's shot goes 5 feet wide. I hate Caden Korczak. I don't hate Caden Korczak. He's gotten a lot better, but he will never be Ben Hutton. He will never be as strong, as big, as mentally fluid as Ben Hutton. I'm sorry. Stumped into the high corner of the Buffalo zone. Right past Kolasar and Quinn. Gets it through. Now it's a foot race that Riley Smith loses, but Akira Schmid makes the save. Looks like the puck went up and out of play. McLeod storming in. He beat Riley Smith so bad. So bad. But Schmid with the blocker save. Again, Akira Schmid being the only reason that this game isn't a 6-goal differential. And the only reason it's 3-2 is because a puck hit Eichel's skate, which set up the wide open net. And Anderson decided he was going to punch the puck out of the air, which tipped it wide of Schmidt as he was going to make the save. Riley Smith now across the red line up to Sissons, goes to the wall to Kolasar. That was sloppy. Sissons shouldn't have left that pat. That was a broken up play that Sissons didn't know how to improvise. Kolasar can't get it past Zucker. 2:20 to go in the game. Buffalo on their own ice. Dahlin works it up to Norris. Barely gets it through to neutral. Eichel recovers. Gonna juke Oslin a little bit. Eventually pass it around to Theodore on the low corner of the Vegas zone. Theodore up ahead to Dorfeev trying to catch Eichel. Eichel gets hooked. He takes the guy's stick with him, and there's no call. What is with this shit, dude? Eichel skated away with Norse's stick after getting hooked. That's how blatant the hook was. No call. Even the Buffalo commentators had something to say about it. Empty net. Akira Schmid on the bench. Eichel down low trying to get the puck free. They'd like to get it up to the point, but Eichel eventually goes backwards and Bowman can't handle it. Goes to the point. Theodore with a shot. I'm surprised he didn't hit Tuck standing 4 feet in front of him. Oh, really, Buffalo? You want a call? As Eichel's getting ready to break across solo at the blue line, he takes your guy's stick with him because it's wrapped around his fucking shoulders. You want a call? Eat a dick. Eichel trying to work up. It is taken, and the empty netter goes wide. That's an icing on Buffalo. 49 seconds to go. I bet they show the Marner play and not the Eichel play. Dude, Eichel's about to go with speed across the blue line. A blatant hook. Again, so bad that he's reaching for the puck and he's got the guy's stick sticking out here. Unbelievable. And now instead of watching some replays, let's sit here and watch the guys in a huddle. That's cool. Yeah, we're losing. The miracle can happen. The miracle still can happen, you know? And I mean, we're not asking for dad to walk back through the door with a pack of smokes and a carton of milk. We're trying to get a goal in 49 seconds with 6 attackers. It can happen. Kid on camera just yawned. I tried to fight it, man, but it got me. Marner loses the puck. He eventually recovers. Gets it down low. Does better that time. Theodore down low to Eichel. Low corner. Eichel beats Thompson up to Marner. Back to Eichel. Back to Marner at the blue line. Towards the net. Hits something in front into the low corner. Bowman fighting for it. Hurdle. Trying to get Wood on it. Nobody knows where the puck is. Oh, it's kept in. What a play at the blue line. The shot misses. Bowman puts it over the net. That's another fantastic opportunity. That was a much harder play, but a fantastic opportunity for Bowman that again goes missed. 4, 3, 2, shot. And Hurdle can't put it on net. 3-2 Buffalo wins. Now again, a pass goes off a Eichel skate to a guy completely wide open, untouched at the front of the net. Easy tap in. That's goal 1. Goal 2, Anderson decides to punch the puck out of the air and puts it in past his goalie. Own goals are not showing up in the first period, and own goals. I don't get it, man. What a brutal game. Does the Knights look like shit? It's not fun to watch the Golden Knights lately. Trying to make it as much fun as I can, but it's honestly just not a whole lot of fun. I just closed out of my stream, so hang on a second. Let me get back in here. We are out of here. I'm going to go get some food and then get ready to go to Costco. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Wink, enjoy the game, buddy. Enjoy the Devils game. I'm out of here. It's going to be a depressing stretch. Tomorrow, 4 o'clock against Detroit, and then Minnesota in a couple of days. So brace yourself. Brace yourself. These next few games are not going to be fun. But that's it for me, y'all. Good night, everybody. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow.